Good evening, everybody. Hello, welcome to the new Ambassador Training Series 101. I am Nicole Gorgon, a Ruby Ambassador, and I am so excited and honored to be presenting the information tonight. So wanted to welcome everybody. You have made a fantastic decision by joining Plexus and wanted to get you a little bit excited about what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So the first week, I just wanted to go over, we covered nuts and bolts in the Intro to Success Guide, the why, your Franks list, building beliefs with Kristen Unks. She did a fantastic job. And then week two, the products and be a product of the product was presented by Amanda Duncan. So those lovely ladies did a fantastic job. I'm going to go ahead and this week I'm going to be talking about sharing Plexus, social media, and resources that we have at hand. So there's quite a bit of information, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So here we go. So again, new Ambassador Training Series 101, Week 3, sharing Plexus and more. We just talked about what was covered in Week 1 and Week 2. So this will be myself, Week 3, and then next week will be Week 4, which is talking about events. So first things first, relationships and sharing from the heart. I loved what Rita Davenport, our guest speaker at convention, said. She said that your true worth in life is dependent on your network. And if you think about it, it's so true. We are all, from the time we're born, building our network. And that's from our families, our friends, our loved ones, those that we care about. That's an entire network that makes up who we are. And then we give a piece of ourselves to everybody in our network. So it's such a great thing to have such a strong network and to keep expanding that every day of your life. And that's why they say network marketing should be relationship marketing. We're a people business. It's about the people. And the coolest part about is that not only do we have the most amazing people, you have very large networks, but we have products that we stand behind, that we believe in, and that sell themselves, and they're changing lives. And that is very amazing for me. This is not about us. It's about them. It is about being a messenger and sending the message out to people. I always felt like when I first started Plexus, I was a secret taker. I didn't want anybody to know what I was doing. And then I slowly realized that I was doing a disservice to all of my friends and family, to everybody that I wanted them to feel how I was feeling. And that's where I had my aha moment of wanting to share. And talking about sharing, it's really important to share from the heart. Our purpose is to bring health and wellness to the masses, and to bring it to the masses with a united belief. We have what everybody needs. Every age demographic, every type of, what the Americans suffer from as far as illnesses and ailments, we have products that can help relieve those symptoms. So we do have it for what everybody needs. The sharing starts with being relational and developing the relationships. Building the trust, that's very important. So people are going to trust you and what you have to say before they trust what you're telling them. So if you think about it, people are going to watch you start sharing about something, and if they feel like you're being real and you're being true, they're going to go with you, and they're going to believe what you say, and they're going to think, she or he's not going to be involved in something that's not legit, that's not real. I really think that I'm going to give this a go. You're going to gain their trust, and then you're going to take that trust and take it on to a completely new level. When you are genuine and sincere, that's huge. This is all about relationships. So being genuine and being sincere it helps connect the dots to people. It shows that you really care about what they say and what they're struggling with. It's very, very important to understand what somebody that you're approaching about Plexus, or that they've come to you, what their goals are, what do they struggle with. It will connect to their heart. We have so many tools at hand that are able to be shared. We have a database full of diamond documentaries and opportunity calls. Use these stories, but it's very important that you use the stories that can relate best to the people that you're sending it to. That's very important. Rita Davenport also said, get your ask in gear. Ask questions. They have said before that God made us with two ears and one mouth because we're supposed to be doing more listening than talking, and it's true. If you ask questions and dig deep, you get to know them, and you have a genuine approach with it. Definitely, take the pressure off yourself. This is not about selling. This is about sharing. It's about being a messenger. It's not about being pushy. It's not about being salesy. Again, the products, they sell themselves. People are wanting to find hope, and they're wanting to find a relief of not feeling the way that they've been feeling for so long. But not being salesy is going to really, it's going to be genuine. You just want to nurture those relationships. And again, it's not about you. I can't stress that enough. This is about everybody involved in your network. One of the most valuable skills that network marketers learn in order to truly succeed is, again, how to listen. So just understanding the struggle and understanding what the best way to share, how you want to share your story with them or the opportunity with them. And if you don't think that, if you're going through your list of people, if you've made your Frank's list and you're struggling to thinking that I don't know that many people, it's not only who you know, but it's who they know and who they know and who they know. It's all of these doors that can be opened, and the possibilities are endless for the number of people that you can touch and that you can reach out to. So the spotlight should be on them 80% of the time, meaning that you are listening 80% of the time. And a really good helpful tool, if you're a new ambassador, you should have received your success kit, which is a fantastic tool. If you refer to chapter 6 of the success guide, they have really, really good conversation starters. It's definitely a great way, to teach you how to start up Plexus in a conversation. It's a great way to show you exactly how you can kind of integrate that. You don't want to reach out to someone you haven't talked to in years and say, I think you'd make the perfect person on my Plexus team. You want to nurture those relationships and feed into those friendships and tell them why you think that they would make a good person on your team. Tell them that you want them to run with you, because this is what it's all about. The fact that we get to pick our coworkers, that is huge. And you want your friends to come with you. You want that success for your friends. You want your friends to be able to earn trips with you and to live the life and to have the freedom that you have been dreaming about. You want that for them as well. So it's really easy to become passionate and to pour into those relationships when you want that for them as well. So you are about to explode and you're on ground floor. We learned at convention there are 437,000 ambassadors, and 500,000 or less is still considered ground floor. So your why has to be bigger than your why not. Why not? Why not you? Why not now? It's here and it's waiting, and it's a complete open door for you to take this where you want it to go. So let's dig in a little bit into social media. It's a powerful, powerful tool, and it's free. That's a very, very good, important lesson, that it's free. And though we'll focus on Facebook, and I think that a large percentage of us do use Facebook, all of the concepts remain the same with social media, whether you're using Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. They are tools to send the message out to the masses, to a large audience. It's not the only tool. Human connection is still really, really important. But social media is powerful when it's used correctly. It can get information out in a very large bulk. People find that you have a lot of credibility when when people, especially on Facebook, when you're friends with multiple people, and I think that's how a lot of us can get started, it builds credibility. If I were to post and then my friend who was on my team were to post, our mutual friends will see that and they will think, okay, these two can't be both crazy Plexus ladies. There might be something to this. So it helps build credibility and helps other people want to jump on the train with you. They don't want to be left out. They want to be in the know and know what's going on. And then it's a way to introduce people to Plexus and lead people into a private conversation. So I can tell you personally that we have an ambassador page with ambassador testimonies. And I have multiple times reached out to someone that I don't know. We're all on the same team with one Plexus, but I've reached out to someone that I don't know and have been asked them if I can put them in touch with a potential customer or someone who's a current customer that is suffering from the same ailments that I might have read in their testimony. And they have passed along their information so that I can connect those two people that have never talked. So that's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And I highly recommend, if you ever have somebody that's on the fence or looking for a story that they can relate to that someone else has experienced, it's a great, great tool. So let's talk a little bit about posting on social media. So be consistent. We can work really hard at this business, but it's not hard work. It's simple. We definitely don't want to, make the process more difficult than what it is, because it's not. Being consistent. People are watching. Even if they're not commenting, they're watching. And if you think about how long it took you to watch, I know for me, I watched Jen Hawkins for a full year before I made a like or before I put any type of comment. A full year. So if you give that grace to the people in your audience, in your warm and cold markets that are watching you post, you'll understand a little bit maybe why they're not commenting. I mean, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I can say that sometimes my mom and my husband are the only ones that like my post, but I don't let that get me down, because I know that people are watching, and I know that they're just waiting for when the time is right for them. So it's always really good to be consistent. I think that there are so many things out there right now that some people might dabble a little bit into this and to that. And I think that people might be waiting for us to stop, or might be waiting for us to just let it phase out. And as long as you keep that consistent message and let them know that you're not going anywhere, you're not stopping, we're not letting it phase out, they're going to catch on, and they're going to think, okay, she hasn't been letting up, or he hasn't been letting up. I see this quite often, and I really am intrigued. So that consistency is going to give a huge message to them. Use Facebook as a tool to connect, or social media as a tool to connect to the heart and not drive home a sale. It's not about driving home a sale. It's about connecting the dots and really digging in deep. And, think about you when you joined. Was there a testimony that you read that really caught your eye? Was there a story that you kind of gave you that aha moment, like, you know what, I have to do this. It's now or never. It's definitely not a replacement for face-to-face interaction. So again, I said human connection. We can make a comment on our friend's post, but that phone call to tell somebody, that you're thinking of them and hi goes such a long way as well. So don't forget that, even though social media is a huge tool, that human connection is pretty big as well. So we talked about being consistent. Expectations versus reality. It's very easy for us to watch others either sky up in this business, think about like, oh, okay, well, all I have to do is post on Facebook and then that's my golden ticket. That's not really how it works. It does take time connecting to people. It takes time connecting on social media. It's all about planting the seeds. I think that some of us can come in and start this and say, I have this goal, this goal, this goal, and it's all about planting the seeds, because those seeds will harvest and they will grow, but it's all about the time that it takes. It's your pace, it's your journey. So coming in with expectations versus reality, it does take more than posting on social media. You want to kind of live and breathe and be a brand of Plexus. And I know that once you start really getting involved, it becomes hard to not talk about it. So definitely expectations versus reality. People will come to you. They will come to you. It does take time, again, when you plant the seeds. So definitely allow them the grace to do so. Not being consistent, we were talking consistent, also sends a message. There's going to be ups and downs in this business. And during the downs is when you're going to learn the most on how committed you are, because it's easy to quit. The only person that's going to quit on you is you. And it's very, very easy to walk away. But in that down slope, the more committed you are, once that slope starts going up, the harder you're going to drive for it and the more momentum that you're going to have. And the better that you will become as things start going on the upswing. Be positive always. So we know that life is not always sunshine and rainbows and music playing all the time, but it's good to be positive. You have a personal Facebook page. When you're a Plexus ambassador and you have a personal Facebook page, it's your business page, and it's where you're branding yourself. Even though it's your personal page, you are now a brand. So it's really important to brand yourself with positivity. Be the kind of person that you want to join or that you want to order from. You know, I know that I can confidently say that we probably all have that one friend that you know that you're going to go to their page and everything is going to be like Eeyore and from Winnie the Pooh and sad and horrible and the worst day ever. And don't be that person. Don't be that friend. You want to have your Facebook page represent your positivity and passion. You know, if you have something that you want to complain about, I guess, maybe you can take it off social media. That's always a good tip. Be real and vulnerable. Present yourself honestly, but positively on social media. So be positive always. And this also goes to once you are building your team pages, when you belong into Facebook groups, it's very easy, especially when there's a very large group of people, that the negativity can soar. But it's super important just to stay positive and stay on that right track. I love this. If you have a problem, face it. Don't Facebook it. I'm sure we all have a few friends that you might go to their page and they are airing their dirty laundry and all of these dramatic messages, and those are good off of social media because they will stay with you and they will follow you. And if somebody's wanting to know what you're all about, what you're into, and they go to your page and they're reading all of these dramatic things, they might think that Plexus is dramatic, and they might think that what you're involved in is kind of going downhill and negative. So don't Facebook it. Face it. I like that guy. So let's talk about engaging. Comments bump newsworthy status. So what does that mean? So Facebook has an algorithm, and I've been researching how this works because it interests me very much. But how it works is Facebook scans and collects everything that's posted in the past week by each of your friends. And then everything you follow, each group you belong to, and every Facebook page you've liked. For the average Facebook user, they say that's more than 1,500 posts. So if you have several hundred friends, then it could be as many as 10,000. And so the algorithm they order it to be the precise order of how likely you are to find each post worthwhile. So the most users will only ever see the top few hundred. So what does that mean for us? That means that as network marketers, people might not be on Facebook or might not be on social media as long as we are throughout the day. They might get on for 5 minutes and start scrolling, and they only see what's at the top of their news feed. You want to show up at the top of their news feed. You want to be on there as a very engaging post. So putting posts that are newsworthy, that you know are going to generate a lot of likes, you know that are going to generate a lot of interest, they bump it up to the newsworthy status where more people on your newsfeed, more friends will be able to see what you're posting. So engagement. Again, this tells Facebook, the algorithms, that you really know this person, so your posts and theirs will show up on each other's news feeds. So the more that you engage with friends, the more that they will populate on your newsfeed. Now, as Plexus ambassadors, we all like to be friends with each other, and that's fantastic, and I highly recommend it because you learn so much from so many people. But when you get on Facebook and you're only starting to see those Plexus ambassadors that are on your newsfeed, you don't want that, because you want to be able to engage your non-Plexus friends and your the friends that you might not have talked to for quite some time. So make sure that you're engaging with people. Create a non-Plexus friends list. So this can help isolate the newsfeed and make it easier to comment and to engage and not to miss messages from people in your network. There are YouTube videos on how to create these, and also instructions on Google if you need to help create a non-Plexus friends list. And again, we all love to be friends with everybody that's within Plexus, and sometimes it can be overwhelming when you start seeing your newsfeed with people only from Plexus. So again, I highly recommend to create a non-Plexus friends list. The non-Plexus call to action comment. What does that mean? So this is an engaging post to strategically reach out to your non-Plexus friends, non-Plexus audience. Everybody loves to give an opinion. Everybody. If there's a question on Facebook and you know that you're busy, I mean, I know that I've done it myself even before I started network marketing. Somebody would say, oh my gosh, what's your favorite recipe? And I would drop everything I was doing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to send this recipe to this person. And I would spend minutes trying to dig and find it. Those are call to action posts. Those are going to generate responses. People are going to want to share what they have to say. So here's an example. This is by Jennifer Jacobson. And people will do this with nail polish colors, with movies. What's your favorite movie? What restaurant should I go to tonight? Jennifer says, Gap just informed me that this is stylish for spring. What do you think? And I love this because that is going to generate a lot of comments from a lot of people who may wear something like that or may not wear something like that. But the most important thing is it's going to generate comments for people that might not see Jennifer's news feed all the time or who might be scrolling through her Plexus posts. It's going to generate, and then they're going to start being populated with Jennifer's posts in their news feed because they were commented. So those are called call to action. And again, these are really, really popular, and you would be astonished by how many people actually love to respond to these. So passion and excitement. Your personality will come through. If you are not passionate about Plexus yet, I will give you some time because it will start just flowing through. There's something that gets in your blood about Plexus that you just cannot stop talking about it. And when people feel that passion and feel that excitement, they want to know why. They want to know what it is that you found to really, and to try it for themselves. So if you think about Facebook, it's really blogging. Your personality is definitely going to come through. Your Facebook post should also reflect excitement for Plexus and also for other things that you love as well. Whoops. Let's go back. So passion is contagious, and your audience should know what your passions are. People are going to join for the products and the opportunity, but they're going to stay because of the relationships that they develop on this team. This is something that feels so much bigger than us. This is something that you feel like a family from the time that you start. That was something that I didn't realize I was lacking, and joining something so amazing and having a purpose and feeling like I'm making a difference has just been just absolutely amazing. And it's definitely something that helps keep my passion light and lit and my excitement going. Adding value by posting encouraging, educational, exciting posts will attract them to you and will also attract you to Plexus, or them to Plexus. The only leader that is going to lead you is you. But by encouraging and attracting people to Plexus, they're going to become hungry and motivated. People do not want to miss out. They want to know what the next thing is, and they want to jump on it. And so they're not going to want to miss out. You keep pouring and sharing and passionate, and they will be able to feel your zest for life and your positivity and what makes her in such a good mood, what makes her so vibrant, what makes her not so tired. You know, people are going to notice. So even if you might not be ready to share or work the business side yet, get ready, because they will notice and they will ask you, and you will want to tell them because you want to tell them before somebody else does. There are a lot of good lessons. If you hear other ambassadors, jewel ambassadors at the top, they've missed opportunities with some of their best friends because of, or family members because of not taking that chance and telling someone about the products. So people will want to be a part of what you're doing. You're going to want to attract them to our products. And again, share with your upline, your downline, your sidelines, with everybody in your network. It's always good to not prejudge, because we never know what somebody's struggling with, and we never know what it could help them with and if they would be interested or not. So now we're on to this next slide, balance. So it's good to have a balance on Facebook. And for me, this was a little bit difficult because before Plexus, I wasn't posting quite often. So in order to post plexus, once a day, I was trying to post personal non-plexus things. And so, but now it becomes very easy, but it's very good to have a balance, because you definitely don't want to throw up plexus all over everybody and have that be the only thing that they read on your newsfeed. It is funny because I think that some people, I know it happened to me, and a couple of team members reached out and they said, hey, did you get spammed? Is somebody logging in and sending these cryptic messages? Because they started seeing these plexus posts and they didn't think that it was me. So it's very good. That also means that people are noticing, but don't be surprised if somebody might say, hey, somebody logging in is you. It's definitely important to mix things up, especially if you're posting daily. Make sure you're putting an effort to post non-plexus things. So, use your personality, be funny, be charismatic, be original, be yourself. Take a picture of something that you might not think is great, and you might get a lot of likes on it. So it's really good just to kind of mix things up and have that balance. The ratio of your posts, plexus versus non-plexus, is definitely a personal decision. It can be 2-to-1 or 1-to-2 or 1-to-1. But, posting daily and being consistent, but also keeping that balance of the non-plexus posts is very, very important. So we talked about personal. Let's get personal. Make it a heart-to-heart connection. Tell the stories. Use the what-if statement. If you don't know what the what-if statement is, it always seems to generate interest. And that could be maybe not mentioning plexus immediately into your post. You could say something like, what if you could fall asleep at night and sleep soundly through the night until the morning? Or what if you had, this is the one that I used because I thought it was a really good example. What if, this really happened to me, what if you had to Google the name, to find out the name of your gastroenterologist doctor because it's been 2 years since you've gone, because your intestinal tract is lovely now. So that's a what if. And people are going to be like, well, what if? And they might scroll through the newsfeed, and that might be something that catches their eye. And, somebody that might not sleep through the night would say, that sounds nice. What if that could happen for me? So make a heart-to-heart connection. Tell stories. Real people, real results. People want to relate to you. People want to connect the dots. They want to know why, if it worked for you, then maybe that it could work for them. And I know that for me, I saw Jen Hawkins post a cholesterol testimony, and that's why I started Plexus initially. And that was it. That was the day I was desperate. It worked for that person. Why not work for me? It told a story to me, and it made me help connect the dots to realize that maybe this is something that could work for me as well. So information tells and stories sell. Share your why. Why are you doing this business? Why are you taking the products? Don't be scared of your why. Make your why bigger than your why not. Tag your teammates. When you're posting things, tag your teammates so that it will show up all over Facebook. It's very important, and it helps build credibility. Become friends with other ambassadors. If you have somebody that you see a testimonial from an ambassador and you're like, that is amazing, friend request that person. And once you become friends with them, you can share their story, and it will tag them on the story. And not only will they be honored that you shared their story, but it will help people say, oh my gosh, that's an amazing story. And so my Plexus ambassador knows this person. It's not somebody that they don't know. So that's a really good, engaging, personal connecting the dots. And then the right side of the screen on Facebook is ads. We do not want to have ads. We want to share stories. We want to share hope. They call us hope dealers. We want to share the real life stories of people that these products are helping. So we talked about connect to the heart, tell stories, avoid ad-like posts. I love this. So this is from Ergie. She is an ambassador, and she says, she doesn't mention Plexus at all, but she says, my mom had bought these jeans for me a few years back, and I had thought, honestly, Mother, there will never be a time for me to get into these. Yet I kept them because I really liked them. Good thing I did. My secret is not really a secret. So anybody that has followed or friends with her knows that she's drinking the pink drink, but she doesn't need to say Plexus in it. She just said, my secret is really not a secret. So it's still generating and putting the message up there in their mind, but it's engaging and it's funny and it's personal and, you know, it's smart. It's smart posting. So that's definitely just an example of something that, you know, if you start thinking outside of the box, it becomes really fun of what you can do and what you can post. So commenting etiquette, just to touch on really quickly. When you comment, there are certain places that you want to comment that you don't want to comment. You know, if somebody has a question or if somebody's being negative underneath one of your posts, you don't want to hash it out right there. You know, you can say, thank you for what you've written. I'm going to go ahead and private message you. So move it over to a private message so that not everybody that's scrolling through will see those comments. You know, share your own experiences. It's talking about connecting to the heart. It's really good to, you know, when you have message me or you put your web link on, that comes across as salesy. So again, you know, if you have someone that generates interest on one of your posts or that might like something, send them a private message or use the voice feature on Facebook Messenger. That is such a great feature. And or give them a call. You know, however what type of engagement of communication that you want to do that's very important as well. And then hashtag your website. So I would say if you haven't created from GoDaddy a domain name, you can definitely do that. And then you could always use that as your brand, as your hashtag. So for instance, this one is denverpinkdrink.com. That is a purchased GoDaddy domain name. You can always use that and you can link it right to your website if somebody were to click on that and follow you. Be authentic. Be real. Be yourself. This is, again, all about the people business. They want to get to know you and you want to get to know them. And it's all about helping and being genuine and authentic. So this is an example of authentic. Lori Harrison, another ambassador. Marriage is not bliss. In fact, if someone tells you that, question their judgment. Sometimes marriage is toleration. But on days like today, when I've been out of town all week, and my man is spending his Sunday outside working on a tedious cabinet project for my vintage remodel, while I just chat his leg off, well, he's my best friend, and today marriage is bliss. So that is going to resonate with someone, and they're going to think that Lori, you know, she's real. She's telling it how it is. She's putting herself out there. For some people, that might step outside of their comfort zone, but it's just telling a story. It's making people, you know, more relatable to you. So let's talk about recommendation for smart and strategic posting. One non-plexus post every day. Express yourself through these. Make them funny. You know, you can go to Time Hop and share a memory. Something that's hilarious to you might generate a lot of interest and engagement. But one non-plexus post every day is really good for smart and strategic. I love this from Cody. Another reason why I keep dodging Pepper's daily requests for a dog. I think that's hilarious, and I think that will. People that have dogs, I think they will think that's funny. And I think it's a really good, engaging, non-plexus post. One plexus post every day. Make it personal. Put a personal spin on it. You know, mix it up with messages. If you have your success kit, if you haven't taken a picture of yourself with it, take a picture with your success kit and put it out there. You know, you can say you don't feel like you have to have this gigantic testimony before you start sharing what it is that you're doing. People are going to watch you and they're going to be excited for you and cheering you on. So take a picture of your success kit and say, really excited to start this new journey. Thank you, Plexus. You know, it can be as simple as that. Or take a picture of you holding the pink drink. Or take a picture, this is really common. I see a lot of people take a picture of themselves, you know, with their kiddos out by the pool, and they say my office view for today. And people that are going to be sitting there in their 9-to-5 jobs in a cubicle, because I was one of them, will be jealous and they will be saying, I want that as my office view. So make it personal, you can make it funny, you can make it, you know, a memory, anything that you want to do, but make it personal. So Stephanie and Jenny have a really good example of making it personal. We started the hashtag Drink Pink and Move, but Stephanie captured herself. She said, this is Plexergy, 3 miles done. Happy Monday, everyone. Want this kind of energy? And then, you know, you see her hashtag as Plexus Rocks. So that's her personal. She was motivated and had the energy to go out and exercise, and she's thanking Plexus for that, for giving her that. Whereas Jenny says, another quitter due to Plexus, meaning Heather just quit her 70 to 80 hour week job because her Plexus business is exploding. Who wants to be a quitter? Be your own boss with Plexus. So there's a really funny spin to that. So it's the product opportunity as well as the business opportunity. And you can really kind of, you know, mix it up. And just kind of make it from you and make it how you want to. And there's, you know, when you become friends with a lot of different ambassadors, it's easy to kind of become creative and see what everybody else is doing. 2 times a week, add in a call to comment post. So what's a call to comment post? That draws in your non-Plexus audience and encourages engagement. Again, it's about your first concert. What's your favorite movie? What's the new car seat that you have with your kids? Vacation plans. Anybody ever been to Disney? Recipes, nail polish. Call to comment. This is calling people to inviting them to comment on your post. So 2 times a week, try with that. You know, it's very interesting to see, you know, some people will put a picture of 4 different colors of nail polish and say, okay guys, headed out this Friday night, really excited, getting my nails done, which color should I do? And everybody loves to talk about which color they should pick. So again, call to comment, bringing people into engaging to your posts. And again, this is another good example. The Gap just informed me that this is stylish for spring. What do you think? So again, this is the same type of thing, call to comment. 1 Plexus engaging post per week. So again, this is the recommendation for all of the smart and strategic posting for your week. 1 non-Plexus post every day, 1 Plexus post every day, make it personal. 2 times a week, do a call to comment to bring people in, and 1 Plexus engaging post per week. And what is the Plexus engaging post? I love these. Tell me, this is an example. Tell me about it Tuesday. So if you're going to do one of these, you can tag so many different ambassadors to generate responses. And these posts, I think, really help people build belief on how many people are affected and how many people are actually taking the products and how many people have been helped. So this can go to, you could do Freedom Friday, meaning people that have had success, freedom from health, freedom from job opportunities, or opportunities, freedom of time. You can do Wellness Wednesday. So Wellness Wednesday can, you know, you can kind of really spin it and use any day of the week to form something and tag as many people as you can, and you will be so overwhelmed by the number of responses that it gets. And people are watching that. People will see, people in your friends list will see. And even when you're tagged on one, make sure you comment so that it shows up on your timeline. So let's talk about expanding your audience. Always be looking to build new relationships, meet new people, talk to people out and about. You're expanding your network, so you're going to be talking about Plexus even more and more because more people are going to be in your audience. It's really important to build the new relationships. That can be, if you're a talker, if you're at the grocery store, you talk to their cashier, you talk to somebody in the aisle, you know, you're at the mall, you're at a movie. Build those new relationships. And you might not, you don't have to mention Plexus right away. Ask them if they're on Facebook. If they're on Facebook, add them right there. Because what you're doing is you're putting them in your audience, and then they will see you start posting on Plexus. And they might have that inkling to reach out and ask, okay, what is this? You know, I saw you posting about this. Aim to add 2 new people a week. So how does this work? Again, you're out and about, you're talking to people. Or if you are on Facebook and you're scrolling through that section of people you may know, those are really, really good indicators of people that you can add to your audience. Another one that was suggested by a team member that she was doing was going to her friends list, clicking on her friend, and any friends that had between 15 or 20 other people in common, she would add some of those people in common that they were friends with. So then they would start seeing her friends post, and then they would start seeing her post. So anybody that you have people in common with, it's always very good to add friends as well. You can follow people. I know Facebook limits you on the number of friends you can have, and I don't quote me on this, but I think it's 5,000. But you can follow people and start seeing their messages as well. But it's really good to, approach the unapproachable, or who you think is unapproachable. I loved what they said. They said there is no expiration date on your purpose. So don't feel like you're on this huge time crunch and you need to add 20 people today, and if you missed it, then you failed. And there is no expiration date on your purpose. You are constantly going to be sharing and talking about this opportunity and constantly expanding your audience. So you're not under a time limit. Set your own pace, set your own journey. Nurturing social media relationships. Again, kind of mentioned this in the beginning. If you haven't talked to somebody in years, do not send them, immediately contact them and ask them to join your team or buy your products. It's a turn off, and it definitely will help build that relationship if you don't do that. Check in with them, be yourself, follow up on friendships. Everybody is so busy with their lives, but they do like to put things out there on social media. So if somebody just had a baby, congratulate them on their baby. If they just got married, if they built a new house, if their kids go to the same school that your kids go to. So it's really important to nurture those relationships and to really get to know people on a deeper level for a deeper purpose. And don't only engage with people about Plexus, because if you message somebody, they're going to think that that's all you're wanting to talk to them about. And it's not, because again, this is it's all about the people. It's all about them. So definitely nurture those relationships and wish them a happy birthday. The first thing I do when I get on Facebook in the morning is I pull up all of the events, and anybody that's having a birthday that day, I wish them a happy birthday. Why? Because I do want to wish them a happy birthday. And also because I want them to know I'm thinking of them. And maybe by me wishing them a happy birthday, they'll think about me, and maybe they'll come to my page and also see, what I've been up to, and maybe be interested in Plexus. But it's always really good about nurturing those social media relationships. You got to be sincere and be genuine about how you approach them. So again, follow up on friendships, birthdays, and life events. Be genuine and sincere, and nurturing relationships. So we talked about to strive daily for the following. Consistency, remember to be consistent. Stay positive. Don't air your dirty laundry out there. Get personal. Tell your stories. Make a heart-to-heart connection. Engage your audience. People are going to gravitate toward you. Be yourself. Be funny. Just let your personality shine through. Expand your audience. So constantly look for people that you can add, that you're meeting throughout the day. Order business cards. It's huge to be able to have something in your hand to be able to put in the hand of others, and they'll remember you. And then be genuine and nurture your relationships. So just a couple things before we finish up. I just wanted to talk to you about resources to follow and tap into. We have so many tools at hand, you guys, so many, and it's really exciting. We are not recreating the wheel. Corporate has really come up and allowing us to have the opportunity at hand to be able to have something that we can put in the hands of others, have it being professional and being accurate, and making it very easy for ambassadors to pass along and be messengers. So the first one I wanted to talk to you about was the plexuslearningcenter.com. If you haven't been to this yet, it's pretty amazing. It's kind of broken down. They have in the news, so any corporate announcements, training. This is where you can find all of your diamond documentaries and the opportunity phone calls that you can share with other people. They have information on products, recognition, inspirational tab, like tips from the top, how to organize your home office, inspiring network marketing quotes. And then they have things for events. So any events up and coming in specific areas. And then as well as recipes for P96. I know P96 is the protein shake lover's dream. And so there's so many recipes where you can find that on plexuslearningcenter.com, and it's completely free. Plexus Power Tools, this is the next one. So this is $10 for the entire year. Awesome, right? So this is full of templates and PDFs and documents and ways that we can resonate with our customers and our team and help us lead. There are so many resources and power tools, a lot of different graphics that you can share. So that's $10 a year. If you have not signed up for that, I highly, highly recommend. And then also myplexusprint.com. So this is another free resource where you can find business cards, sample cards. You can do a lot of like brochures and newsletters. So myplexusprint.com, all compliant approved. There is a link in the back office to get there. But also if you're looking for additional options, Etsy, they have a lot of different compliant approved, business cards, that print material, different things that you can find. Etsy loves Plexus and we love Etsy. So that's another good avenue as well. And then if you have not yet subscribed to YouTube channels, we have some recommendations for you to do so. Personal growth, when you're starting out and even as you're going through your journey, it can never be too much. Watching these YouTube channels, watching the videos within these YouTube channels is huge. If you have a couple of minutes every evening, go to one of these YouTube channels, watch a training video. It's huge. We have Plexus Worldwide, Plexus U, Ame Darling, and Jennifer Pickett have amazing product knowledge. Tamara Holloway and Melissa Eichenhorst, they have really good business building content. And then Jen Hawkins, who we know and love, she has great videos and also a skeptical spouse interviews by her husband, Cody. And then Sarah Marble and Sonia Dudley. And then Tim and Michelle Thomas, they host the weekly Rock the Pink Live. So when you go to YouTube, you hit subscribe to these channels, and every time there's a new video that's uploaded, you will be notified. But I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I wanted to let you also know that since convention, they did announce that there's a couple of new tools. So when you go to your back office, if you go to the tools in your back office, you can go to the resource library, you can go to the multimedia library. They have audio training, information about the compensation plan, and they have also a link called Shareables, and this is a game changer. This is huge. If you need a brochure that you're going to email to a customer, if you are ready to have an image that you want to load to Facebook or Instagram, this is all shareable media. It's videos, digital brochures, images, and downloads. It's all there for us. This is gold in our hands that we are able to share with other people. So highly recommend to visit that area in your back office under tools. So I just wanted to, we are at the very end of our training. I just wanted to thank everybody for joining and have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have gained some knowledge from this presentation. Have a great night, guys.